Welcome, Tiny Hands, Big Dreams, here on the homestead in southern Ecuador. We're going to do a whole lot of things right now. It's called our weekly vlog. It's a ton of things that we do during the week, things that happened, craziness, in fact, in one case, there was a windstorm. I'm talking about it like it's happened because it has. We're shooting the intro at the end of the week, so...
Sneak peek.
Sneak peek. But yeah, watch what happens around if you happen to live on a small, self-sufficient Ecuadorian finca at the edge of the Amazon. Enjoy. So on today's agenda, let's see. We've already gone and got shavings. Elizabeth has cut up meat. We got some from the butcher yesterday. We got like a part of a leg of a cow, so she had to deal with that. I am doing my room. The last little bit of retaining wall. I just need a few blocks there. Fill in the slope. We got more rafters to go up. That's these guys. We just had rain, like a solid rain, for I don't know, a couple hours. It's just amazingly clear right now. While there's little clouds, just the air itself is just. I can see every detail of the trees over there. Yeah, Eli's digging away for the bottom of our walls. We're getting that started. And now that the rain's over, we're going to get back to it. I'm told this is not exciting, and I shouldn't bother to film it. Cleaning a bed. Monday.
Not exciting.
Not exciting. Moving on. Side note. You ever seen fresh mango leaves? They're kind of pretty. Cacao is very similar too. They come out all beautiful and soft and red, and they turn into like more durable leaves. They're just pretty. Alright. Back to the show. So the Sally girl there has an infection from a bot fly under her skin. And it's making her front leg real bad, so we're actually bringing her grass, which makes her very pleased. Well, preggers and slightly lame. Yeah, the things we do. Tuesday. Rain. We needed the rain. It's really dry. We had some rain a little bit the last couple days. It really only soaked in the top inch. It rained hard last night. Like, woke me up kind of hard. So, that's a good thing. It says it's supposed to continue just for a little bit this morning and then move off, or it's going to continue all day, depending on which weather forecast you look at. It's that or that. Yeah. Good times. Good times. Also, baby chayotes are just delightful to watch grow. Oh, that one's still got a flower. Look, it's just forming. I go up. Just a flower. Go up again. Pre-flower. And the tip. How fun is that? Love these things. Sorry, I didn't actually have audio for this clip, so I figured I'd try to just fill it in. But isn't it just satisfying watching that thing throw shavings? I mean, look at it. Piles and piles of shavings. I'm really just cutting some posts here for the garden. But it's just satisfying that it does such a good job.
All right, I'm doing a potato bed test. I have had issues with potatoes previously, so I'm doing a couple tests to see what might help keep them from basically just dying after a couple weeks. So we have 8 potatoes planted that are soaked in a neem solution. And then we have 8 that are control, nothing, just going straight in the ground. And then we have 7 because there's a squash over here. So we have 7 that were coated in colloidal copper, which we've been using with great success to keep blight at bay on things like the tomatoes. So just going to do a test, see if they behave differently, which one works the best, so then we can go forward planting a whole heck of a lot more.
You can just dump it in the tub if you want. Why not? Not over the thing I'm working on. So, most children, at least male children, always dreamed of building forts as a kid. What is the ultimate expression of said fort? Build a house for your family. It's just a bigger version of like kid play. So, I have built tiny walls of fortitude, which is really just a tiny retaining wall, because this room is on a different level from that room, on a different level from that room, on a different level from that room, from that room. From that. We went a little nuts with the multi-level, like whatever. Chicken, that is not your banana. That is my snack. I will eat you. I will eat you. So, tiny retaining wall. To bring this up to match the other side, the whole thing was at a slight slope. So once these are set, then we can go ahead and keep filling this, which is what my lovely wife has been doing with a shovel and a wheelbarrow. We let it sit, and it rains on. We walk around a lot. We pack it. We don't want a lot of settling later on. So having everything sit for some amount of time has actually been good. It's really firm and hard. Someone once asked, well, how do you expect the whole thing not to just dissolve down the hill in a flow of mud and all the rain, as is normal in this part of Ecuador? That was a professor, I think. That's an excellent question. Because officially, that kind of thing happens. Now, maybe I didn't even get a full response. We were very careful as a family, and we dug this with shovels, scraping. First we dig, and then we scrape to level. That's it. We scrape to a level, and we stop. And then we come back later, we peck it down to where it needs to be. The areas that we had to fill, we have spent a very long time, far longer than you ever would on a construction site, letting it sit, packing it, letting it weather, packing it some more, walking on it. Our base is incredibly, wonderfully solid, and I have no concerns about that because we're doing it so slowly. And doing it very carefully by hand, which again nobody does. They come with an excavator, and there's no way an excavator with its teeth ever makes an undisturbed ground. The teeth always dig in to the next, next inches down. So that's what this is. Let me show you over here.
You mean my kitchen?
This is not my room. This is the beginnings. There's going to be a fridge over in the corner. And then this is kitchen, and then round wall counter thing. We don't know how we're going to do it. So there. Yes.
This is the kitchen sink.
This is the kitchen sink right about here. So I'm cutting in what's going to be just a supporting frame for screen window thing to go inside here, which is basically the whole opening. The bottom is going to be wattled up, and we're getting set up for that. Tuesday. There's also the next set of rafters in. All the fronts are in, and they're covered with plastic, which is us saying we have no money to buy roofing, so we're going to cover them with cheap plastic until maybe we can afford roofing. The rears are not cut in or attached in any way. They're just being stored up there. I sand them before they go up. And then I cut them in all nicely, and I kind of mate them to each other, and I level them a bit. I give them a twist. So they're really just in storage. We've got another 5 to go on that side.
And they have the teeniest, tiniest little, haphazard roof kit.
This was the pigs. The pigs weren't using it. So I'm like, as a temporary, I'm going to bring it over and play house in my fort. It gives us somewhere to stash things slightly dry for a minute. Yeah. Okay. House update for Tuesday. So officially this is an oscillating saw. I bought it for some trim back in Tennessee, and it sat unused after that, but it's actually kind of neat and useful. I use it to trim things up or cut in 2 boards between each other. makes a lot of buzzing noise, and we just call it the wood melter. Yeah, neat. New use.
All right. Right before we put goats away, today we've got extra special treats for them. I cut up a melon and a pineapple, and they really, really enjoy the skins of those. Sally's getting extra. Oh, the duck gets one. And the rest are sort of just jealous at this point. Hi, back goat. And there's a man in a house. God. All right, Wednesday morning. We are pretty late in the morning now, but we spent the morning doing what mornings usually are. Made jam, pancakes. Everybody ate breakfast, got the goats out, walked the dog, did the laundry, all those normal chores. Now I'm out in the old pig area. This was Miss Pig's old area. She has done a fantastic job. And now I'm actually reseeding it. It will one day be our house site. So here, let me flip this around. This will be our eventual final house up here. You can see the house we're building over there. And then one day, this will be a lovely house. But for now, because it is bare ground, mostly bare ground at least, and we're not going to build a house here for a while, I figured I'm going to reseed it all for the goats, and eventually my hope is still to get sheep. So having this huge area, if you look back here, all of that area too, it's a lot of space that would be great for grazing the animals. So I am reseeding. I'm using a mix of, there's grass seed, alfalfa, and lentils. So that should be great for the goats and the sheep. It's not a perfect system. It would be best if I was able to cover all of this with like straw or shavings or something. It's a huge area that would be very timely, very costly, and honestly the chickens would just scratch it all up anyway. If I just sprinkle the seeds on top, the hope is that the birds will just leave it alone. So that is what I'm doing now. So I'm going to get back to it in the beautiful Wednesday sunshine. Over here on the edge of their area, there is the most beautiful tomatoes growing. Better than what's in the garden. I swear it's just a law of nature that wherever they grow randomly is just better. So the question now, do I transplant them? Oh, there's more over there. Do I transplant them to the garden, or do I leave them here? Midday pig break. Hi, biggies. Biggies. Here. Oh, it's a good girl. It's a good girl. They are looking good. They sure do enjoy their jungle up here. It's doing a good job of clearing it, but not destroying it. Luckily, it's been dry enough. Yeah, it's been dry enough that they haven't just torn it up. It's actually working out really well right now. Aw, piggy. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any food. I'm sorry. I am not food. Is this a post?
What?
Is this a postie?
Yeah.
Two?
Two. Bifurcation is the word for me.
Oh no?
All right, Schnoodle. Carry it. Both of them are good. Start with this one. Or that one.
Heavy.
Face is heavy. There. Look at that.
That one.
You've already picked this one. Touch it left.
I touched the tiny one.
No, now you carry it. Pivot. Patty, go.
Moist.
Moisty patty.
Disgusting.
Everybody loves moisty patty.
Moist.
What the heck am I doing? I don't have a clue. Sort of feel out of my depth here sometimes. We picked this creature up, these creatures, up at the local market a week or so ago. The local woman told us they were like a potato. Oh, I've never seen a potato like this. I think it's wild, local, indigenous, something, I don't know. It is weird looking and super cool. It has little eyes. I don't really know how to plant it, but I'm sort of treating it like a potato. I'm cutting it so there's an eye or two on each piece. It's really pretty on the inside. It's super cool. It's also apparently a natural sunscreen, which is kind of cool. I am going to take one of these pieces. Now, of course, I don't remember which piece. Was it this piece? No. Now, one of these pieces, and I'm going to cook it just to see if we actually like it. But I want to get these in the ground soon, so I cut them up and then I'll let them kind of dry out the way I would a potato, see if that works, and then put them in the ground. I have no idea if anything's going to happen. I am going to leave a couple whole just to see if that works better. This is going to be an experiment. I will see. Look, they cook.
You
Yeah.
got there one. What is that?
Eat it.
This potato?
Eat it.
Hot.
I know. It's
My
not that
hands are not thermonuclear rated like yours.
hot.
Tastes like potato.
Potato adjacent?
Make a delicious potato chip. Oh,
It's potatoey.
yeah.
Okay.
Dense.
It's potato.
Not mealy.
No.
Is that the weird thing?
It's the thing we don't know what it is.
Okay.
So at least we know that we don't hate it. I figured I should know that before I grew
It
it.
is some ancient form of potato that maybe grows here good.
I'm gonna go with it.
Let's go with it.
Okay.
All right. Thursday. Unfortunately, our lovely mountains have disappeared. Elizabeth was going to process chickens this morning. Yeah, not so much in the rain. So things are going to have to get moved around. So I'm going to run to town, do some errands, and they're going to get the goats out. Here's an interesting one. Propane. Propane in the States is you take your tank and you run it up. There's the exchange thing. They're a terrible deal. In Ecuador, they use these everywhere. There's no piped gas anywhere that I know of. Everybody uses these tanks, which are the double barbecue size. To change them, either A, you get the truck, and there's trucks that just drive all over, like mill trucks used to be in the States. And they just, you flag the guy down, or you put your tank on the street, and they'll come and change it. The price is $3, $3.50. There's a value added to it. The official price in Ecuador is $1.65, but You have to drive then to the distribution center, which is honestly like 40 minutes from here, half an hour from here, and it's honestly not worth the gas. So I'm going to take this tank into this random little corner store. It's just a corner store in a little town, and I'm going to switch it out for $3.50, and that's how we get propane. All right, so there we go. The black is low hot gas. The blue is agip, AGIP. Different companies, they generally don't care. They'll only change tanks all the time. It's whatever. $3.50, tanks full.
Do you want help? No. Wanted a nice relaxing lunch time.
Noodle,
He's doing this to where the trees are falling.
do something.
Okay. Do you want to explain what you're doing there, Loves?
This is just an emergency triage. The giant windstorm blew up our shanty plastic.
Tore off a whole chunk of it. Meh. And then it decided to rain. Well, we got it done before the rain.
Just, yeah, it was
That's
weird.
fun.
It went from real hot to windy to very cold. So
All the different weather, all at once. That was it.
That's it.
We just sometimes have to fix things in the middle of building things.
Fajitas. Thursday night, random food shot. My lovely wife makes so much delicious food. I don't get enough video of it. So there we go. Friday, after morning chores, I'm going to head off to the house site. And it's the end of Project Meathead. So they're getting a final weigh. And then today's butchering day. So we'll see what kind of weights they got. There's my lovely wife butchering the chickens. It's a rough job, needs done. We have decided, for whatever reason, that this corner of the house has to be round because that's cool. We were going to make the outside wall round, but that was just too much of a problem for the tallest part of the retaining wall. The bricks weren't well suited for it. So the house is going to be round, sitting on a square pad, and the counter is going to be round. We're going to lay it out. Natural beams, lovely, aesthetic, beautiful, inexpensive, not square or straight generally. Yeah, Friday, having a good day. Continuing to fill in to bring bedroom 1, my bedroom, up to grade, little by little. The lovely wife has requested another chicken. There we go. Counter, exterior wall, and the post that ends the curve. Bueno.
All right. What are you doing, kid?
I dug some holes with some sand and compost for some small bananas.
Yeah, we're going to use this as a little bit of a banana nursery. We've got to move some of ours out of where they are. So, what did you put in the holes?
The dirt that I dug up, I put half a basket of sand in each hole, and then I put half of the green bucket of compost.
Okay, and then we're going to transplant bananas?
Yeah, and then I'm going to get one small bucket of duck tree shavings and put it around the bananas once they're transplanted.
Sounds good. Good morning here. It's a super beautiful day. Chris is actually gone for the day, so Eli and I are going to see how much we can get up to and what we can get done. And because it's a beautiful day, the cicadas are out in full force. So I apologize in advance for that. All right, we're getting a bunch of random little projects done today. I have set Eli on the task of taking apart what was once a tiny little chicken tractor. And we have used it for multiple reasons and creatures, and it was just falling apart. It was never meant to last. And it's just been sitting in the driveway, immovable and disgusting. So he is taking it apart. We will scavenge whatever bits and pieces we can, and the rest will trash. How you doing, kid?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Collection of tools are doing good.
Okay. All right, we'll check back and see how your progress is in a bit. All right, I told Eli that if we work real hard and get a lot done today, maybe we can go play Scrabble. So that's why he's working so hard. A little bit of bribing isn't a bad thing. While Eli works on his project, I am going to take our chicken. The chicken that I butchered yesterday, I actually put in a pot in the oven with a little bit of water all night, and it is now all slow cooked and delicious. I'll pick it all off the bones and can it up and then start bone broth.
She wanted video of me and my gianty wood. It is too big. It is too much.
It was just for a little tomato trellis. In fact, I said that, and I think that's too big. You're like, no, it's
it
great.
Smaller when I cut it. I'm gonna take it down a foot. It'd be great. Okay.
If you remember, on Wednesday, I came out and threw some seeds on the old pig area in order to get to be a pasture in the future for the goats. I had only moderate hope that this would work out because I wasn't actually planting them. I was just scattering them and hoping for the best. And on Saturday, I came out and look at that, they're sprouting. Got alfalfa and lentils and grass. Oh, it's awesome. That gives me so much hope. So I came out and I seeded a whole lot more today because I figured this is working. We've been really lucky to have a good bit of rain the days after I did this, so that will really help. So here's hoping for a bit more rain in the next few days, and in a month or so, some pasture. Demolition progress.
So what I did is I first took off the black string. Well, first I took the roof off, then the black string, and then I started taking that string off, and then the door, and slowly demolishing all the rotten termite-infested wood.
All right.
It took a while.
So you got it all sorted?
I got it all sorted. I don't know what I'm doing with the door. May have to just
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
take it apart or something. This pile there's a soup pot full of all the rusty bits. Might be some usable ones. All this wood has staples I couldn't get out, and screws I couldn't get out because it just didn't want to come out because all the wood's rotten. Or they're just stuck in like a deep hole.
Okay. Okay. So that's today's progress on it?
Yep. And then I'll slowly just take all the staples and screws out of the pile of wood and do whatever I need to do with that stuff.
All right. Good job, sir.
Very buggy.
Tiny pineapple progress. They look like little pineapples. That's pretty cool.
There's Sally, hiding behind a shrub, smuggling a baby goat and trying to be nonchalant as she destroys the foliage. All right, here comes Sally. So, Sally is slightly favoring, but using that front left leg. Now, that front left leg, we had a nasty skin infection take off from a bot fly, which we have here. It's unfortunate. And it spread under her skin, and it was a rather large area, and it got into her muscles.
Touching her front right.
Right?
Yes, this one.
Oh. I saw.
No, it just means it isn't obvious anymore.
Right.
Which is
so,
good.
It's not obvious. So.
It is still slightly swollen, but very much less.
So the medication that we are using...
We're using colloidal silver to treat the goat. That's it. Just the goat. This is why I like horns on goats, personally. So we've been doing this twice a day for how many days? 5 days?
Yeah.
I've also been squirting some on the actual bot fly injuries.
Yeah. She genetically has a poor time with infections. We fought a couple of them early on with her.
We basically do the same thing every time.
A month.
We think, oh, it might need penicillin, and then we don't want to use penicillin, so we use the colloidal.
She just can't kick it, gets bigger, gets worse, and then we start to use a thingy, and hey, all of a sudden it's getting better, and it's gone in a week.
And we have so far not ever had to use penicillin for her infections.
Yeah.
So next time we're just going to get a little ahead of it.
Yeah.
Instead of waiting for it to get terrible.
Yeah. So that's what's up with Sally. She's doing much better. Senor Chipmunk. March on. Come on. Go. Just beat it. Beat it. Walk yourself away. Pesky chicken.
Earlier in the week, I talked about the mystery potato, not potato. I actually did a short on it, and someone was lovely enough to comment with its Latin name, which we'll put up on the screen, because I won't try to say it. Also known as an air potato. It grows on a vine, and this hangs from the vine like a fruit. I had no idea. But now we know, so I thought I'd let you know, in case you were curious.